You've probably already heard about the recent Harvey Weinstein scandal, but if you haven't, more than 50 women now have spoken out against the producer and the sexual misconduct in the industry. And when this news first came out, it's really bad to say, but I wasn't that surprised. And judging by the sheer amount of responses to the hashtag MeToo campaign, I feel like there were probably a lot of other people that weren't that surprised either. I feel like sexual assault isn't too uncommon, so I got asking. My mum, yes. My friends, yes. My friends' partners, yes. My work colleagues, yes. And from a personal experience, yes. Every female I asked had experienced some sort of sexual assault or harassment in varying degrees. And that sucks! Not in a, oh, I ran out of cereal, or I can't find my keys, or I bought a really expensive contour kit and don't know how to contour kinda sucks. This sucks big time! I also think I've mastered the contouring thing. In the US alone, every 98 seconds, someone is sexually assaulted. So, by the end of this video. And over here, it's predicted that 500,000 adults are sexually assaulted in England and in Wales every year. 500,000. And I didn't really plan on doing a video about this because I usually like to keep things a little bit lighthearted, but this is something I really want to talk about. I could just do a video listing facts and figures, but you can Google that yourself. So I thought, what about making a video on anything I've learned now that I could tell my younger self? Obviously, that would include never ever put high-strength spot cream over your entire face again, and in retrospect, just how weird smelly gel pens were. I wish adults use smelly gel pens.
Here is my application for the job. My key skills are in blueberry and my career history is in raspberry. Oh, no, lemon.
But regarding this issue, this video is offering my advice to another person, be that gay, straight, male or female. And when I was younger, I didn't have a video like this to watch. Number one, being nice. Do you know what? It's okay to say no, even if it makes things awkward or you feel like you've left too much time go by or for whatever reason. One of the common dilemmas that the actresses said they felt in their statements was that they didn't want to offend or make things awkward, and that's completely understandable. I think particularly women are often conditioned to be nice and sweet and smile, and we sometimes laugh at bad jokes just to be polite. I laugh at bad jokes all the time.
No, Laura, really, your dad and I are getting a divorce.
You jokers.
My parents are hilarious. Still keeping up with the joke. There are 7.6 billion people in the world and not everyone's gonna like you. For example, I have been so nice to my neighbours and they continuously scowl at me. Perfect example of not being liked and not caring. But they're lost because they're not gonna be receiving any 8 AM techno wake-up calls anymore. And they were personalised.
Wake up, Johnny and Dave. Wake up, it's a beautiful day. Oh, oh, oh.
I'm trying to make being liked much lower on my priority list, says the YouTuber. But if you're uncomfortable and those alarm bells are going off, I personally believe there is nothing wrong with not being nice. You can be civil, you can be professional, but that leads me on to number two, trusting your gut. This year, a friend told me that I need to start trusting my instincts and not my character. And it's probably one of the best pieces of advice I ever had. It was nothing to do with this issue, but in general, I had stopped listening to my gut instinct. He is clearly just holding a knife because he's a chef. She is obviously a mime, and he is, oh no, he is actually holding a gun. I kind of wish I hadn't asked these people to come on holiday with me now. Your character, if you're like me, is to give someone the benefit of the doubt, or if something feels off, to try not to think too negatively of a personal situation. However, this can block off a natural instinct when you know something isn't right. I'm not saying this applies to all cases of assault, by the way, but I think listening to your gut instinct can be applied positively to a lot of situations in life in general. In cases where we do start to feel threatened, our bodies take the fight or flight response. This is when the hypothalamus in the brain is activated, adrenaline is released into the bloodstream, our heart rate increases, and our awareness, sight, and impulses all intensify and quicken. We either fight, run, or freeze. Now, any of those responses are completely understandable, which annoys me when people put the blame on someone else for not responding to a situation in the same way they would have, because people, as humans, react differently. Leading me to number three, don't feel ashamed. Being in any situation where you feel violated is not your fault. I also think it's not always that healthy to keep things to yourself, especially if it's eating away at you. And this could apply to anything in life. I just like to let everything out, even the minor problems.
Johnny in year 9 once told me he didn't like my fringe, and I'd like him to know that fringes are now totally back in fashion. So there. Yeah, thought of a comeback. 13 years later.
If you've been through harassment or assault, don't be afraid to talk to someone, be that a friend or a colleague, a legal representative, an HR representative. There are people out there to offer advice and support. I once reported an assault I went through on a train years ago, and the whole experience kind of left me feeling like I was to blame. Questions like, what were you wearing? And were you doing anything to attract his attention? They told me they'd look at CCTV. It took months, and when they came back, they didn't have the right footage. But in this email, they actually put an emoji. Yep, true story. And for someone who went through this, I didn't really feel like I was being taken very seriously at the time. And that's not to say don't report incidents like this. I think it's really important that we do. But I think the system actually needs to change to start making people feel like they're being taken more seriously. And I think that change is starting to happen. Just wanted to state this video, it's not intended to do any sort of victim blaming at all. It's just a video I want to make because I think sometimes you just need to be told it's okay to say no. And I don't always think that's that obvious in today's culture. If you have any advice that I might have missed, please do put it in the comments below. And do you think with all these reports coming out, this is going to bring around a new wave of change and awareness? I hope so, but let me know your thoughts, and I hope you're well, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye. Less serious subject next week as well. I'm going to keep it lighthearted next week. Whew. I laugh at bad jokes all the time. Must be laughing a lot at your own videos then. Hey.